Hello, my children, and welcome. It is Friday night. My name is Island the Yellow White. I am the Hyper of the Great Yellow Eyeball. May its gaze be upon you this and every single one of your days. But tonight, I am the Dungeon Master! It has been a 2-week break since we last played Dungeons & Dragons. So we are finally back and up to it. We got the whole gang together. And we're gonna do all them there thingies that we have so long to do. So to kind of go to give a brief what we basically did. So since it's been a couple of weeks, our party had basically thwarted an attack on Golden Fields. And during this attack, they proved themselves to be trustworthy and brave enough that various members of the city had given them certain tasks, quests, if you will. And they have been traipsing around the north and the Sword Coast in order to complete a lot of these. There was a lot of discussion on where to go and what order to do everything, but they finally decided on a way that they were going to go, so they went to Waterdeep first and completed Z's quest to basically go to an old family friend and show them a certain pendant. And now they have started to make their way north, and when we last ended, they had just found themselves in the city of Amphail, which is north of Waterdeep. Took them a couple of days to get there. They ran into some weirdness. They fought a couple of, random encounters, and here we are. So where we left off, guys, you guys basically just had stepped into the city of Amphail, and the first thing you kind of noticed when you came into Amphail was a large black statue of a horse. A very, very big, strong-looking horse. Not sure, you're not entirely sure why there's this giant horse in there. Probably has something to do with the history of the town. Not entirely sure. But that's the first thing you notice is this big statue. The second thing you notice is that in the town square where this statue sits, there seems to be a lot of activity. There are a lot of individuals setting up tents, and very pretty decorations, streamers, and things like that are being put up in various spots. And in the middle of the town square, there's a lot of racket being made as carpenters are building a stage of some sort in the middle. Now, you can see that on the top of this stage, there's already a built-up kind of banner made of wood, so more of like a marquee at the top, which is currently painted. Currently in the process of being painted right now, and the first 3 letters in common are HAP. That's all you can see right now. But there's a lot of activity going on in the middle of this town square. Now, as you kind of look at the hustle and bustle around you, you definitely you definitely notice something weird about the statue, and the fact that it's really, really clean for an outdoor statue. And what I mean to say is that there doesn't seem to be any kind of bird poop on it at all. Which is really kind of strange, just in general. But you also notice that there's a bunch of children around it as well. So that's what's going on. There's a lot of hustle and bustle. It seems like a party or something is being put up or put together.
HAP, that means they're throwing me a happy birthday party.
No, it's us as president.
Us for president.
Us as president. Wow, already.
In Amphail, I need to go to the tavern. That's for Miros' quest.
Okay, so you got to start making your way towards the.
So to the tavern we go then.
I didn't figure I'd get too many complaints about that.
Not
Especially-
with this crowd.
Yeah,
Not with this crowd. We like to drink.
Well, we definitely know at
Who's
least
the
one really likes to drink anyway. So yeah, you make your way towards the tavern. You kind of see it. It's not very hard to find it. There is a large sign directly in front of it where it's essentially a large cup with two giant antlers sticking out of the side of it. There's no words at all, but just based on that, you're more than sure that that's probably the Staghorn flagon.
I need to fill my horn here, folks. I actually have a drinking horn for this.
Lulz. So the actual so you find the tavern and you make your way in. It seems just as busy in there as it is outside, except for while everyone on the outside seems to be busy with some sort of preparations, people in here seem to be doing other types of preparation for whatever this party is. There's just a lot of drinking, and it's pretty loud for the middle of the day.
To go talk to the tavern master keep person.
Okay, are you talking about going to the bartender, or what are you talking about?
Whoever yeah.
The bartender. I gotta turn Noel up. Hold on, give me a second. He's so... I don't mind.
Do you have a map for Amphail?
No, I did not. But it's not a huge town. What you guys do know about Amphail, what it's known for, is horses. It's a ranching city. There's a lot of... Surrounding it are various, woods and things like that, where most of the nobles live. But it's really, really known for their horses and their...
Is that any better?
No, actually, that's worse.
Son of a...
Well, that was a little better, though.
That was a little better.
Son of a fucking bitch. I went back to the old headset to see if that's the problem. I'm sorry to distract.
I mean, as long as we get it working. You sounded way better, though, after you got upset, just saying.
Hooray for getting upset at things. Woo! But I do sound good. This is tolerable. I can move on.
I turned you up on my end, so I can definitely hear you now. I can barely hear you over the quiet music. That's how quiet you were on my end. All right, so we're good. So it's essentially a ranching town. They do a lot of horses and things. So as you kind of make your way to the barkeep, you actually kind of notice that it's a halfling, but he seems taller than a normal halfling, which is to say you can see him above the bar, which is a little weird. But as you kind of get closer, you realize that the bar itself actually has a step that goes around directly behind the bar all the way around. So it looks like with a couple of small steps leading up to it. So it kind of looks like the halfling barkeep has his own little shelf that he stands up on when tending.
All right. He's a tall halfling. Doesn't that make him a dwarf?
Not really.
I would like to go talk to that guy.
Okay.
That little halfling that could.
All right. As you kind of walk up, he finishes pouring a flagon for one of the mini bar attendees, one of the patrons there, and stops and looks at your group and is like, "Hey, you new? What can I do for you?"
I need ale, sir. Give me ale.
What ale? Is there any particular kind you want, sir?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Is there any particular kind that you want?
What do you mean, kind? What do you have, my sir? Got my attention. I mean, could you fill this horn with some kind of honey mead, maybe?
Give him one of each.
That I can do. Ooh. So he grabs the horn, he turns around and, grabs one of the many barrels that are stacked up behind the bar and pulls down and fills up your horn and hands it back to you. It's got a very rich scent, little clovery smelling, but a very rich scent.
My dude knows his mead. Very nice.
And he holds out his hand. He's like, that'll be 5 copper.
Sold. Here you go.
Well, I would say it was sold. You just took it. And he kind of grins at you and takes the coins and then quickly dumps them into his, he's got a pocket on the front of his apron that he kind of drops the coin into.
Miros sent us.
He kind of, his eye, he kind of looks at you a little like, I'm sorry, who?
Miros?
Am
A guy from Golden Fields.
I supposed to know that name?
Hoping you do.
I don't know. Who were you looking for?
Way I can open up the quest thing again.
It should still be there. It should still be shared for you. It'll be under story, I believe.
Quests. That's where mine's at.
Oh yeah, quest derp.
Things that I need to find.
There's things I need to
Quest
do.
that.
If you don't,
It's on the 2 things that are running down the side of your thing. That's PC notes and all that. It's down there towards the bottom.
There it is. Thank you.
Adam's NPC story.
actually, here this might be quicker.
That is quicker.
I'm like, wait, I got it open over here. Let me grab it.
Okay, I need to talk to the proprietor.
Oh, so you're what, Nyleriosa?
That's the one.
Oh, well, I couldn't see how you could ever confuse me with her. He chuckles and laughs again. This guy's like in a really good mood, apparently because he's making money hand over fist right now with all the patrons in the bar. He's like, if that's all you be needing, I'll be getting her shortly. I have some other people I have to attend to. And he quickly kind of hurries down the bar a little bit. But before he goes all the way down, there's this bell sitting behind the bar near the barrels that he picks up and just rings a couple of times real quick and pops it back down. So you're waiting for a couple of minutes. It's kind of rowdy in there, but everyone seems to be in high spirits. No anger. So high-spirited but friendly high spirits. Everyone seems to be in a pretty good mood. From what you can tell by the noise in the tavern anyway. There's a couple of people just kind of off to themselves, just not really taking part in the revelry. But maybe they just like drinking alone. Who knows? So after a few minutes of kind of watching the events of this town unfold within the tavern, an older lady, human, kind of walks in behind the bar and walks over towards our friendly barkeep, the halfling, and starts talking to him. And then he kind of says a couple of things, talking with his hands, and then kind of points over in the general direction where you guys are. And she makes her way over, and I hear you're looking for me, she says.
Yeah, Miro sent us, and he said to give you our regard, so...
She smiles, and she suddenly seems a whole lot younger. She's got an extremely pretty smile that really makes her looks like she just lost a few years, and she's much, much younger than what she seemed for just a split second. She seemed way younger than what her gray hair and small wrinkles would otherwise suggest. She's like, he did he? Well, how about that? I haven't seen him in